I am running on sheer willpower, one functioning brain cell, and the unwavering belief that if I just keep talking, maybe something profound will happen. So let's do this. Hey everyone, welcome back to Rough Draft Saturdays, where we embrace the chaos, make bad decisions in our writing, and somehow, against all odds, create something amazing. Today, we're talking about confidence, or rather, why you need it if you're going to survive as a writer. Because listen, if you don't believe in your story, why would anyone else? Seriously, if you're sitting there downplaying your work, calling it just a little thing, or acting like it's not a big deal, why would anyone get excited about it? Confidence is what makes people pay attention. It's what gets books read. It's what gets stories out into the world, and yet so many of us struggle with it, myself included. Writing is terrifying. You take a piece of your brain, you slap it onto the page, and then you're supposed to what? Just show it to people? Like, hey, here's this thing I made. Please don't destroy my soul with your opinions. And yeah, no, that's horrifying. And honestly, that's exactly why I started this series. Rough Draft Saturdays is my way of ripping the band-aid off because I realized I have this huge issue when it comes to sharing my work with others. I get all nervous about it. I overthink, I hesitate. I tell them things like, oh, you don't have to read it if you don't want to. I get you're busy. And I hate it. I hate it. Like, I spent forever building these worlds, crafting these characters, and putting so much of my heart and soul into a story. And then when it comes time to actually let people see it, my brain's like, no, thank you. Let's just keep this one in the void forever. So I had to do something drastic. That's why I started this. The scene you see being written in the background, it's absolute garbage. Like, it's hot trash on a stick, but each word is one step closer to finishing. And if I could share the very first draft, the raw, messy, chaotic nonsense that is the unfiltered creative process, then I could share the polished version too. This is me learning to get over that fear, to stop second-guessing myself, to own my work, flaws and all. And the first time I uploaded a video, oh boy, my heart was pounding. And now we're, four Saturdays in? I'm doing so good with it. I don't feel as nervous every time I upload a video. And if you're watching and thinking, wow, I feel that, then maybe it's time for you to do the same. If you want people to care about your work, you have to care about it first. You cannot be shy about your writing. You have to be loud about it, obnoxious even, because if you don't hype it up, no one else will. But what if you're not good enough? Ah, imposter syndrome, my old nemesis. Look, I don't care if your book is being held together by duct tape and hope, or if your plot makes about as much sense as a fever dream. You are a writer. If you write, you are a writer. No secret incantations required. No one is going to show up and hand you a certificate saying, congrats, you're a real writer now. You just have to own it. And yeah, maybe you're not a perfect writer yet, whatever the hell that means. But if you don't stand behind your own work, if you do not own it, no one else is going to do it for you. You have to be your own biggest fan, your own loudest cheerleader, because no one is going to randomly stumble upon your book and think, wow, I bet this is amazing, even though the author never talks about it and clearly doesn't think it's any good. Like, think about your favorite book. Imagine if the author was like, oh, it's not that great. I mean, you can read it if you want, I guess, but don't do it if you don't want to. It's not that good. It's fine. Would that make you want to pick it up? No. Confidence sells stories. Enthusiasm is contagious. If you love your story, it makes other people want to love it too. So, how do you actually build that confidence? Especially if you're sitting there right now thinking, oh, cool, but I still feel like a fraud. You start by talking about your book like it's the next big thing. No more, oh, it's just a little thing I'm working on. No, it's your story, and it's worth talking about. And I get it, it feels weird at first. The first time you hype up your own story, it might feel like you're faking it. But you know what? That's fine. Fake it if you have to. Say it with your chest. The more you do it, the more real it becomes. And then you have to start sharing it. I know it's scary. Trust me, I know. But post a snippet. Talk about a character. Share what inspires you. Just start. The more you do it, the easier it gets, because the more you put your work into the world, the more you'll see that nothing bad actually happens. No one is showing up at your door with a torch and a pitchfork. Or, at least they haven't yet. They might just be really slow, but for the time being, no one is showing up with a torch and a pitchfork. The worst case scenario, some people won't care, and that's fine, because some people will. And when someone asks what your book is about, stop freezing, stop stammering through a half-baked explanation. Have an answer ready. Script it out, practice it in the mirror, tell it to your friends, your family, your pets. Keep it simple, keep it exciting. For the love of all things literary, say it like you mean it, practice it. The more you practice it, the better it's going to get. Let's talk about the number one thing that murders confidence faster than a bad review: rejection. If you've been writing for any amount of time, chances are you've faced rejection in some way. Maybe you got a meh response from a beta reader. Maybe an agent sent you the dreaded, "It's just not the right fit." Maybe you posted something online and no one interacted with it, or even worse, they interacted with it negatively, and now you're spiraling. Here's what I need you to understand. Rejection does not mean your story is not good. It just means that it's not the right person, not the right time. That's it. You're not going to make everyone happy, but those who love your story will thank you for it. And yeah, I know, it's easier said than done. But listen, every single writer you admire has been rejected. Some of the biggest books in the world rejected dozens of times. Dune was rejected 23 times. Carrie was rejected 30 times before it was published. The only difference between a rejected book and a published book is that the author didn't quit. They kept publishing. They kept believing in the work, and eventually they found the right people. And before I wrap this up, there is one thing that I need to say. Confidence isn't just about selling your books. It's about finishing it. How many times have you been in the middle of a draft and thought, this is hot garbage, no one will read this, maybe I should just start over? Stop. Every book feels like a mess in the middle. Every single one. You are not alone in this. You just have to keep going. Confidence isn't about never doubting yourself. It's about pushing forward anyways. No one is going to show up at your door, hand you a gold sticker, and say, "Congratulations, you're officially good enough to be a real writer now." That moment, it happens when you decide it happens. That's it for this Rough Draft Saturday. If you needed this pep talk today, let me know in the comments. What's one thing you love about your work in progress? And if you're feeling bold, drop your pitch. I want to hear about your stories. And hey, if you're looking for a place to write, share ideas, and build a community with others, I have a Discord server linked below in the description. It's still small, but it would be really cool to see you guys there. We can even host sprints if you're up for it. Come hang out, chat about your work in progresses, and let's make this a space where we can all grow together. If you like this video, hit like, share it with your fellow writers, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until next time, own your words, own your stories, and keep creating. I'll see you on Monday for some quick tips.